Yes.
Are we on? Success?
Yes.
Ooh.
That's an interesting way to start the show.
I'm sorry. I don't
What's
know why I just
happening?
did that.
What's going on?
I'm going to shut off my phone because I'm fully distracted by this natural do-it-yourself makeup remover article that I'm reading here on Wellness Mama.
Wellness Mama?
I guess it's some Wellness Mama blog thing.
Oh, of course.
Anyway.
Well, your lips look pretty good.
Well, the problem is here, it's not the color of the lipstick that's really upsetting me right now. It's the fact that I didn't apply it properly. Like, it's kind of smeared. It's as if you laid back and had your 4-year-old, neighbor put your makeup on for you. Because I'm not real good at makeup, so it's not fully on my lips. So that was the real problem.
It's kind of lopsided.
Yeah. Well, it's...
like this over here.
It's like I sloppily ate a lot of, ketchup, basically.
Yeah.
That's FYI, people, okay, lip stain seems like a really cool thing, and I got some, and I decided to just see what it looked like this morning, but I'm not a makeup wearer. I got makeup because in a week or so, it starts to be the legislative session again, and occasionally I have to peer in public, not like a farmhand.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to get some fun, natural makeup, but wow. It was basically, putting a red Sharpie permanent marker on your lips, which is cool in theory because it doesn't come off. It doesn't come off.
You mean you don't have to reapply it? Is what you're saying? So
that's the problem. Is it really doesn't come off?
So we'll stay there for a whole week like that.
I don't know. It didn't come with any instructions. It was just the tube.
Oh my gosh!
Didn't even say how to take it off.
What a panic!
So Courtney just gave me
some
tips. So I'm going to try that later. But
yeah,
sorry. I don't really mind going around with bright red lips, but I wish it was just expertly applied. That would be on my actual lips. That would be a little bit better. And if I wasn't looking fully sloppy head to toe, otherwise it would probably work a little better for me.
Yeah.
So
fantastic.
That's all I have to say about that.
That's what's going on for you right now. That's okay.
I needn't be panicking about it as much as I am, but I did just hide my face from a guy who said hi to me walking his dog outside the radio station coming in because I feel so weird in makeup that...
Well, if that's your worst problem today...
True.
The roads were really pretty strange.
Yeah.
Because you can't tell what's going on.
I know. They sanded the heck out of mine, though, so I was really happy.
Well, the dirt roads were okay.
Because I was wicked whining before I came.
It's the paved roads that are sketchy because you can't see what's happening.
I had a little thermometer in my car, and it had popped up to 34. So
it did not. It was 20. Did. No, mine didn't. Mine was at 27 all the way.
Well, the Prius said 34 the whole way down 110.
That gives me so much confidence now in my car.
Mine too.
Temperature.
It seems a little splashy. I sometimes put my window down an inch just to hear the conditions of the road.
Yeah, not north of Tunbridge. It wasn't splashy at all. I'm just telling you, conditions change from town to town, so you don't know what's happening until you're driving on it. Yeah,
so I can't. Like Bozo the Clown talking to you with giant red lips.
Kind of. It just adds an interesting twist to our experience here at 11th Hour Radio.
They're just so weird.
I came out of my driveway and immediately saw a grain truck across the road, basically.
What's a grain truck doing at your driveway?
Delivering grain.
To the pigs?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that didn't fill me with confidence.
No, that doesn't sound good.
No,
actually.
But he was able to move for me so I could get by.
I hear sirens.
Oh,
that doesn't bode well for someone else.
I always feel like I'm in the big city when I hear a siren.
Look, there it goes. Where's it going?
There was cop cars
it went up 110. I hate when they go up 110.
Yeah, you see, it's icy. It's icy. People are sliding. God. So be careful, everybody. Just be careful. Or just stay home if you can. Some people can stay home. That's nice.
We're going to go. My sister's having a skating party, but I just don't want to really skate in the rain. And my kids are still in their underpants at the house. I was like, we can go if everyone gets ready right now and comes with me. And they were just laying around, rolling in their presents, like dogs in poop.
Right.
On the
I wouldn't want to skate in the rain. That wouldn't be my choice for today.
They just were not getting ready to come with me, so that's probably not happening.
Well, I have a bunch of guys up at the house.
guys?
Yeah, Ryan and Marshall. They might be listening for all I know.
Are these Airbnb guys?
No. This is my session,
These
weekend
just guys?
session, this crazy session. You remember I said that
sweet.
session
Yeah.
from hell?
Yeah.
But
Oh, I'm glad they're listening then.
I did say that. I think I did say that at one point. But that was just because there's so many unknown variables. That's all.
Right.
They're actually the nicest people. I mean, I just met Marshall. He just, Ryan picked him up in the subway. He was a busker in the subway. They met like 3 days ago, and he said, hey, you want to come up to this session in Vermont?
And they're staying at your house.
Yeah. Well,
You're
I know.
a very trusting soul.
Well, I know Ryan, so I trust him.
Right, but like
Anybody
a
who would...
busker picked up in a subway 3 days ago. Marshall, I hope you're not a psycho killer because I literally have like 2 friends, okay, in the world, and that's one of them. So if you kill her, I'm gonna be really put out because
No, he was the one that wanted
what
to
will I
listen
do
to
with my life?
He asked me about the show. He wanted to hear the show. He's a nice guy.
Okay, should I warn him again, or has he got the message?
I think he got it.
Okay.
No psycho killers in my house today.
Today.
Yeah, no. We're going to have some fun. Do something. We're going to do something. I don't even know what we're doing yet, but I guess Ryan's getting it plotted out.
You're gone?
Well, he asked me to print out the song list, right?
Yeah.
So I hit print, and then I notice it's 37 pages long.
Yeah, it's not gonna work. That's not gonna work, people.
That's not how we do it in Vermont.
That's gonna take like the rest of the year.
I know, but we'll go as fast as we can. But we have with quality first. And it's not about quantity; it's about quality.
Should
at
I-
Pepperbox Studio.
Speaking of quality,
Yeah,
quality radio.
yeah.
Should I introduce our quality radio show?
If you really feel you have to,
I mean, I don't. I never do, but something.
you feel
prompts-
moved today.
I feel moved
Yeah,
to tell you
go
guys
ahead.
that you have tuned in to 11th Hour Radio with Kristina Stykos and Emily Howe, and this here station is Royalton Community Radio, WFVR LP 96.5, and we thank our sponsors. And I should have switched. I should have gone to the right page before I thanked my sponsors. Hold on a second, because they're different now.
We'll pick one you know.
No, 'cause
Howe
they're
Vale
different.
Farm, the cheese
Kristina.
makers.
No, Kristina. I think.
He makes milk for cheese, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay. We do still have Howe Vale Farm, Mountain Folk, Safe Line, and 5 Old Tavern and Grill. Thank
Okay,
you.
that's it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Done. So
All right. Continue
what else?
with our quality programming.
Okay, so you know what's at the top of my list?
What?
The stump.
What stump?
Do you know how sometimes a stump can look like a person?
Yeah.
Have you noticed that?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're very, very
Sometimes
convincing
rocks,
in certain
too.
cases.
My dad has a little pile of rocks in my mom's flower garden that at dusk or at dark looks exactly like a Buddha statue with its legs crossed sitting there. But then in the perfect full dawn daylight up close, it's just a tumbly pile of rocks.
Yeah, exactly.
But it has that effect, and everybody knows it, and that it
Yeah,
stays
I have this stump on my road, and every time I take a walk on my way back, I see it way, way down the road, and I always get scared because I think it's a person.
We have an alligator log coming up our driveway.
What?
It looks like an alligator with its mouth yawning open, and it's got like 2 big bulgy eyes on the top.
Wait, I don't
It's
get
like
it.
a log. It's like a
log is coming up your driveway. Are
no.
you
It's
scared?
on the side of our driveway.
Oh,
so
I thought you
always
said
see
I
it.
was envisioning like a little Fisher Price toy that looks like an alligator
Oh,
coming
no,
up
this is
your
like
driveway.
a log, an old fallen rotten log that appears to be an alligator, like kind of lurking on the side of the driveway. And I was going to clean all these old logs off the side of our driveway recently, before wedding season last year. And John said, "No, that's the alligator log. Leave it."
You're kidding.
No,
You're kidding.
no. This
Why?
is John.
What did
This
he
is-
like about it?
That's the alligator log.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Then.
Yeah, I know I have a porcupine rock.
Weirdo. You have a porcupine rock?
Well, I don't personally have a porcupine rock. It's not on my land.
Oh. Ira is growing a porcupine rock as we speak.
No, he is
Well,
not.
it's actually a
You're-
crystal hedgehog that he got for Christmas. It is. You put the
A crystal hedgehog.
He first had to take these powders that came in the package and mix them up with hot boiling water, and then it looked like cherry jello.
You mean sea monkeys?
No. Well, I mean, it's like the sea monkey powder, yes. But then he had this little container of this bright red, like Jell-O looking stuff, and he had to put the little ceramic porcupine without any quills into it.
Yeah.
And then now it is starting to grow these red crystals on its back.
So Santa thought this would be educational.
Yes, it's
obviously
a crystal growing kit, but you grow it on.
I know. Do I look like somebody who doesn't know what a crystal growing kit is? Those were invented when I was a kid.
You probably invented them.
I probably did. And I still would like one, but nobody gave me one for Christmas.
I never got one myself. My friend Kendra had one, and I was crazy for it because she would grow these purple, like amethyst looking things.
Yeah.
And she would give them to me sometimes. Yeah. And I still have some. But you can't put them back in water because they melt.
Yeah.
Because they're not really real.
Like salt.
They're not real rocks.
Like the salt they put on the road that melts. I was trying to figure it out today. Like, where does the salt go? It comes out in these little nuggets, usually. Unless they put brine on the road. Did they put brine on our roads?
I don't.
I've heard of that technique.
Think that they do that.
Maybe the highway. Maybe the big highway that goes to Burlington.
My husband's a select man, and I listen to road gossip all the time, but I don't really listen, so
yeah,
there's listening and then there's listening. I do the one where you don't really listen,
right? Especially if you've had a lot to eat, then you get tired. You kind of just are zoning out while you're digesting.
Look, Kristina, there's some Werther's up there. You could eat those. Speaking of
these, because I'm hungry.
Kristina is starving.
I meant to take some of Ryan's donuts with me, but I just forgot. I had too much in my hands, and then I got out to the car, and it was completely encased in ice, and I started to go into a little minor panic.
I started it, like, even though you're not supposed to idle your cars. I figure that mine is a hybrid, so I can. I know that doesn't really make any sense.
You can what to
your car? You're not supposed to just leave your cars running anymore. It's bad.
Idling is the term.
Yeah.
The technical term.
Because if people stopped idling their cars, we'd cut our car pollution way back.
Listen to this.
What? Oh, I got to open my present from you online.
Online.
On air so that I can crinkle the paper over
These
here.
are kind of gross. Should I put it? I don't really want it.
Sticky.
I'm going to put it back in the wrapper.
Mine's not sticky. You don't mind, but I already put it in my mouth. Sorry.
What does it taste like? What flavor is it?
Kristina, it's Werther's. It's Werther's flavor.
I've never heard of that.
It's like a butter.
I've heard of growing crystals.
It's buttery. They're butter candies.
It sounds disgusting.
Try it. Just
maybe later.
You haven't ever had a Werther's?
No.
This is an old fashioned, it's like a butter caramel.
It's not English, is it? We just got English candies when I was a kid because my mom was English, so we get
probably is
English
sounds
stuff.
English, doesn't it?
We'd get Scottish. We'd get shortbread.
I do like shortbread. It's very buttery. Did you ever get those hard? Well, first there was like the little tins of those assorted striped.
No.
Hard candies, Christmas candies.
No.
There's always a tin of those at my grandparents, and then ribbon candy.
Ew.
Did you ever get ribbon candy? I know it's ew, and it cuts your tongue Those kind of candies get really sharp in your mouth, and then they slice your tongue open. But still.
But it's traditional. So why not? That good feeling of having your tongue sliced open.
How's it in my mouth on air?
Well, you put it in. I didn't. I was wise.
I'm too easily prone to take suggestion from other people.
No, I know about that candy just because I was in Bear Pond Books, right before Christmas. I think it was the 23rd or 24th.
I'm so happy your books came. Oh, my God. Wait.
Yeah. My books came on Friday.
So you did the reading? You actually did the signing, I mean?
Yes. I did the book signing at the Chandler. We sat. There was 3 of us. There were 3 authors. It was me and Dickey Drysdale.
Oh, Dickey.
And Sonny Holt. Do you know Sonny?
I do.
He's a pilot.
Yes.
He was an Air Force pilot, and he has a bunch of books that are really cool about bombers and this and that. And so we all sat together, and when we had to move the books because we found that if we sat right next to our books, that people didn't want to come up and look at the books and not buy them, so then they would not look at the books. You know what I'm saying? So we moved the table away from us so that people could look at the books in private and reject them privately.
Think this out?
It took a while. It took the whole first hour for us to get the table placement correct. And then we were just 3 people, 3 normal people sitting at the entrance to the holiday market. So what's that all about? You would have to know who we were to come up and ask us to sign a book.
Didn't you have some of your books propped up next to you too? That's kind of the point, right?
Maybe. can't remember now. It was so long ago. I just have forgotten
Did you
what
sign
happened.
some?
I
Did you
did.
sign?
I did. Some people came down and actually bought one.
What?
Yeah, I know.
One?
You're surprised,
Wait,
aren't
you signed one?
Yeah, I did. I signed one. No, I signed a few.
Okay, good.
I signed a few. I sold Ted. Come on.
I gotta go and check on my
like
scrunchie
enormous.
situation in there. I don't think they're flying off the...
Well, I'll tell you, CDs
rack.
aren't selling either. Nobody buys music. But they do buy books, which is, I mean, why not? Why wouldn't you buy a book, right? I mean, I can see why you wouldn't want to buy music because you can just like find it everywhere, coming out of your hat.
Do you know the actor Orson Bean?
I remember, sort of.
So he grew up in Cambridge.
Looked like Pete Buttigieg. Judge.
No.
Kind of.
He
looks like a lot of
the books in my car.
weird-looking people.
Anyway, he spent part of his childhood in Hartland and was really good friends with my grandfather. And
Pete Buttigieg was?
No, Orson Bean, dude.
Okay. Got it.
I don't know where Pete Buttigieg...
Why did he have that name if he wanted to run for office? He shouldn't have had a name like that. He had that name just so everybody would stumble over it and stop and take time to think about him. You know, it's like drawing attention to yourself for some stupid thing like lip stain. Right?
Anyway.
Okay, go ahead, Orson Bean.
Orson Bean spent part of his childhood in Hartland and grew up with my grandfather, and they were really good friends. And I don't know if he just released his autobiography or whatever, but it's out, or his memoirs or whatever. My parents were reading it, and they came upon the entire chapter that was about my grandfather. And I understand, of course, being a writer myself, that you embellish to make things interesting for your readers, but like my grandparents' family, their ancestors like founded Hartland. They had lots of property. They weren't
like
rich.
slumps.
No, they weren't rich, but they were definitely not. He describes their house as originally being this tar paper shanty given to them by the government to keep them from starving. It was just really interesting because
his perspective.
He's always talking about how his grandmother didn't want him going over there to the Howe's house because they didn't put the dye in their oleomargarine, and it was really like slummy and cheesy. But then he kind of contradicts himself too, and he talks about them being really well cultured and how there was like a family concert every night because everybody played music and blah blah blah, and how he wished that they would adopt him and he loved playing with them and being over there. And it's just interesting though because he describes them as the beans of Egypt, Maine. Have you read that Carolyn Shute book?
It's just I have the book.
The most kind of like white trashy.
Yeah. We haven't talked about white trash in a while.
I know.
I love talking about it.
Whole article of trying to figure out whether or not that's like a racist type of thing. It's actually not, because it's really incredibly difficult to be racist toward white people.
If we include ourselves in white trash in some way, that we don't separate ourselves from it.
Well, the article was a distinction between white trash, redneck, hillbilly, and cracker.
Whoa.
Which
that's intense.
Intrigued, so I read it. Of course, now I don't remember what I read. But anyway, the point is, what was I starting?
I don't know.
Why was I starting this Orson Bean thing?
Well, because there was that contrast between him sort of describing the house as a shack,
Which he also is describing, like he and my grandfather, they were 10 years old, and I know for a fact that house was, maybe when they started building that house back in the turn of the century, it probably started off like covered in tar paper or whatever. But
Orson's memory,
by the time he came along, that was a big farmhouse with big porches and nice. Like I'm just trying to figure out what. His mind was going at that point, I'm sure. He is like 98 now.
Yeah, so we can forgive him a little transgression there. But he also wanted to paint the contrast. It made it more colorful for him as this famous person to have had humble origins, right?
I think.
And so he had to create some humble origins for him to go back to in his memory.
It was fun reading about my grandfather as a child from someone else who knew him as a child, because you don't hear that very much. I heard my grandfather's stories, but now here comes the train.
Is it really?
It is. It is the train.
Oh, open the window.
I'm trying. Let me get over there. Ow, God. Oh, dear.
Just relax. It's coming. Leftover presents going back to the North Pole. That was cool.
That was not a good one.
That wasn't a good one.
Anyway.
I saw the best train up in Barrie. It was filled with. Did you know that they have trains that go right through the town, and they're filled with big blocks of granite? Have you ever seen that?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Yeah.
Granite Town.
Okay,
Granite.
whatever.
How do you think they get the
just never
granite
saw.
out of there?
Yeah, but had you seen the train? Had you actually been like in the parking lot when the train went by? Because that's a thrill.
Now and then. It's not a regular train. It doesn't go like every day, I don't think.
You're so blasé about it. It's actually kind of a big deal.
It is.
Yeah, it's time for a song.
Okay.
All right.
Good, and I can finish off with There's.
I love the way you say that with one in your mouth. Say it again. Say it again.
I can't. It rolled over my tongue right as I said that, so I can't recreate the trick.
Okay, this is a song we recorded at the studio. Jim Ryman. He just came up for one night.
Not a busker in a subway.
No. Here we go. It's called She's a Mystery to Me.
Darkness falls and she will take me by the hand, take me to some twilight land, where all but love is gray, and I can't find my way without her as my guide. Night falls, I'm cast beneath her spell. Daylight comes, our heavens turn to hell. Am I meant to burn and burn eternally? She's a mystery to me. She's a mystery girl. She's a mystery girl. She's a mystery girl. She's a mystery girl. In the night of love, words seem to disappear, words tangled in your hair. A love so sharp it cuts, like a switchblade to my heart. Love tearing me apart. She tempts again my bleeding heart. I wanna run, she's tearing me apart. Fallen angels cry, and I just melt away. She's a mystery to me. She's a mystery girl. She's a mystery girl. She's a mystery girl. She's a mystery girl. Haunted by the light, it's the darkness in her eyes that so intrigues me. But if my love is blind and I don't wanna see, she's a mystery to me. She tempts again my bleeding heart. I wanna run, she's tearing me apart. Fallen angels cry, and I just melt away. She's a mystery to me. She's a mystery girl. She's a mystery girl. She's a mystery girl. She's a mystery girl.
Thank you, Jim. He's a hidden talent.
Should I open my Christmas present now?
Go ahead.
From you? Okay. I saved it till we're on the air. So that.
Okay, but one's for
things.
John, so just don't open John's.
Okay, how will I know?
Can I tell you what John's is? Is he listening?
Probably
I gotta
not.
spit
He was
this
doing
thing
the
out.
dishes. That one's John.
No, but tell me, is he listening?
I doubt it.
Okay, I got him. You want to know?
Okay, yes.
Can you guess? Can you guess, like, just by the size of it? I'll tell you.
Well, it's soft, so it's not a book. You want to
know what it is?
What?
It's a fancy oven mitt.
Oh.
Okay, I hope he didn't hear.
I don't think he's listening. Okay, I'm going to take everything
and
out
he'll understand more about it soon. What do you think about those? Non-Perels.
Oh my God, are these edible?
Non-Perels. Doesn't it qualify for non-Perels, even though it doesn't say non-Perel?
They're so shiny. They're metal. Can you really eat them?
Metal's okay for you. Not.
It says for decoration
No,
only.
not.
I don't think you can eat them.
No, are you kidding me?
No.
Let me look at that thing.
I think. They're super cool, though. What could you do with them?
Multi-pastel size number 4. It adds an elegant touch to cakes and cookies.
Yeah, but look on the other side. It says for decoration only.
Well, how
How
you
could you
have
put
something
it on a
a cookie
cookie
that you can't eat? That doesn't make sense. We're
And
gonna
how
have
would
to
someone
research
know to
this.
pick it off? Like, what if you put it in a plate at a party and do you have to guard it?
I'm sorry, I didn't want to get you a complicated Christmas present. I just want to get
I'm
you
very
something simple
curious.
that you can put on your nice little cookies.
What the hell are they?
Okay, just
Maybe, Kristina, you shouldn't buy things in different languages.
it's not. It doesn't
Yes,
say
it says
what.
French drages. What does that mean?
I don't know, but the company's from India.
Does
tree.
anyone know if you can eat these?
It's multicultural. Just try one. It's not going to kill you. Put it on a cookie and then eat the cookie and see what happens.
Why can you not? Why does it say 4 cakes and cookies?
Okay, just
and then
put
for
that
decoration
present
only?
away.
Okay, I'm just really confused. I just want to open it and smell them.
Oh, God, this is boring.
No.
We're on the radio. Did you forget?
Do we ever remember that we're on the radio?
Like you should just
Sealed,
stop
I can't.
opening
Okay,
these
all right,
presents.
okay.
That's not worth it.
I'm
I
going
even
on.
forgot what I got you. I can't remember. It's probably not
I'm going
very
to put my
cool.
microphone in the microphone holder for a minute while I open
Okay,
these.
so while you're kind of unwrapping, I'm going to tell you what happened to me on Christmas after my kids left.
Okay.
So I went on this big hike, I like to go up in the woods and everything. And then I came back down around twilight, and I saw the stump, right?
Yes.
And I thought it was a person.
After all these years.
And then I realized, I immediately say, oh, it's just the stump. And then I kept walking, and it kept getting darker, and then all of a sudden I saw another person. And this one wasn't a stump. This was a person. I saw a real person. And I don't usually see a real person on my road when I go walking, right?
That's because you're at the end of your road.
Yeah, but it was Hannelore.
It's my copy of the book.
Okay, she opened her Christmas present for people who are listening on the radio and can't imagine what's going on right now.
It's my copy of Ridge Runner, Kristina's new book.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Except I'm not sure I put the correction. There's a page 76. Is it there a little piece of paper on page 76 that said
Page 76.
there's one word that's wrong? No, okay, I have to get you the correction. Because I wrapped that before I caught the correction.
Whoa. So you put it in all the books?
Yeah, well, this first,
crazy.
it's just the first batch. After this, it'll be corrected. It's like I just happened to get a big...
I'm so excited. This is your book.
I know.
It's got like a cover and pages, and there's your name, and it's got like a barcode on the back. I'm sorry.
I know,
I'm so blown away by the
never-
fact that you have a book, and I'm so excited.
Yeah, thank you. I know. I've had I was going to say bar chords. That's so funny. Because I was going to say I've had barcodes before on records, right? On CDs. So it's not my first barcode.
I'm just excited because you know what? You're probably going to get a Wikipedia page now.
I have one. I forced somebody to make one for me.
Oh my God.
But then I couldn't get it updated.
Look, it's got your picture in the back and everything.
I know.
It smells like a book and it looks like a book and it is a book.
I know. Isn't that funny the way that works? When you make a book, it kind of looks like one.
So excited by
I
this.
love that. I love that.
Me too.
So,
Okay.
So I came upon a person. I was walking.
Yes.
And it was my neighbor, right?
Okay.
And she was looking kind of bewildered. And we had this little awkward chit-chat. And then I realized that she had just gone to my house thinking there was a party at my house. And she was on her way back, sort of dejectedly, having gone to my house, found that nobody was home. And it was understandably quite confusing. So when she saw me just...
Why did she think there was a party?
Because I am having neighbors over.
Oh, yeah.
But not that day. So she didn't look carefully. She didn't get the date right. There's all these noises going on.
I'm making that noise. You're looking at me while I'm making it.
Look, AT&T is calling me right now. Why would they call me? They never call me.
Why is your Werther's just sitting on...
Because I don't want to be sucking on a candy and trying to talk on the radio at the same time.
This is so funny.
God, AT&T, don't call me again when I'm on the radio.
These are awesome socks. They say, go away, I'm introverting. Those are so cute.
Yeah. And I
love them.
Guess what?
What?
I
gave you socks too?
I love my socks.
I was just talking to my cousin, or I guess she's not really my cousin. She's a relative of some sort.
Your fake cousin?
No, she's like the wife of my uncle's brother. What is that? I don't know what it is, but they're just relatives. Who was the one who picked me up all the Darn Tough socks that I gave to you and some other people for Christmas because she works at Darn Tough. And I was just so excited when I received all the socks from her because I said, do you remember when you were a kid? That was like the most bummer gift. And now socks are like,
yes,
I love
new
socks. I'm so excited about socks.
All those things that we thought were so stupid, like candles and socks and soap.
Candles are still not my favorite.
Well, smelly candles aren't good.
No.
But a nice basic beeswax candle, you can't beat that.
No,
right?
You can't.
Or just like a plumber's candle is really nice.
Yeah, I have boxes of those like just basic white candles that we keep at our cabin because our cabin is off the grid. So
yeah,
when the solar power is out, we just have all these. I have like a candle chandelier, and they're so nice. But
and you like soap now? You like you like soap in a nice,
but not stinky,
but with a wrapper that is hand.
I like to put soap in my sock drawer because it makes your socks smell nice.
Okay.
Sure. What was I going to say before that?
I don't know.
I don't either, Kristina.
Let's see. We were talking about
the party that wasn't.
Oh, your cousin, who's not your cousin.
Right. Who got me the socks. What was I going to say about?
Darn Tough. You bought a bunch of socks.
I guess just how I was telling her how socks are exciting now as an adult. And that's one of the things that really does an about face from childhood.
Yeah.
I also didn't like mustard as a child, and I like it now.
But you hate maple syrup.
Yes, and I always have, and I always will.
And fish.
Yes, again, always have. I always will. They do say your taste buds change every 7 years. But mine, there's certain things like that just hang tough. I'm never going to eat fish.
Yeah.
That's just a thing.
I have some really, really good news for you.
What?
You know how I've been sending Jackson Browne a Christmas card every year?
Yes.
Can I do that too?
Yeah, I'll give you one. Tandem crinkle.
That is so satisfying.
You know, if we were like a syndicated show, we could do that like ASMRI, whatever that is. That what it's called? We could do a whole segment of our show with the weird sounds that people who have sensory issues want to hear.
We could. But then I don't want to segue into just doing that.
No, I guess
we wouldn't have to do that all the time, right?
No. There's whole YouTube channels, though. My sister's really into them.
Yeah.
Of cool sounds.
Okay. Do you want to hear about this?
Yes, I do. Oh, my God.
Okay, so I've been sending Jackson Browne a Christmas card for so many years, right? And I never, ever get a card back. Okay. So this year, I open up my post office box. I pull out a bunch of Christmas cards, and there, in the address label, is Jackson Browne.
And so I'm so excited. A Christmas card?
Well, I'm so excited. I look through, you know how you can sort of see through the paper, and it looks like there's handwriting, and I'm like, okay, finally, he sent me a personal note. It's about time, Jackson.
We were just talking about this.
Yeah, so I saved it. I didn't want to rip it open right away because I wanted to save it. I took it home, and I eventually.
I already can tell. It's gonna be a bad story. You're adding too much
Too much build up.
I can tell, and now I'm really
okay,
mad.
Okay, well, I pulled it out finally, and here's what it says. It says, this year we've decided to use the resources we would have used sending cookies to all our friends to support these groups.
God.
And then there's a list of like 5 nonprofits. And at this point, I realized it was a form letter from his partner, Diana. And, well, they both sign it, but I could tell it's probably her handwriting. It just looks like girls' handwriting, you know. And it said, and then at the bottom it says, if you want the cookies, of course, I never got the cookies because this is the first time I've been on the Christmas card list. Yeah. I finally got to the point where I rated high enough on this food chain to get on the Christmas list, and I just missed the cookies by a year.
Now you have to donate instead.
I'm not gonna.
Merry Christmas, give me money.
Well, no, it wasn't that tacky. It was just like, here's who we donated to. Instead of sending you cookies, we donated all that.
I know, but it's vague, guilty.
Yeah, pressure.
You send some money to, kind of.
Well, it says if you really want the cookies, you can. Then it says the website where you can go and order the cookies. So maybe I should just like have a pity party and go order the cookies and then sit and eat them while listening to a Jackson Browne record.
Do you have to pay for them to send you Christmas cookies?
No, you can buy them yourself. They're saying you can buy them for yourself if you're missing them. Of course, I've missed them all along, but I didn't know I was missing them until this year.
Right? I'm sorry. I'm going to try and shut my mouth now, which is hanging agape.
That's okay. This is the story of my life. This is just how it is for me. Some things never change.
That's a sad story. Why are you to tell me this story?
Let's think of something on a lighter note.
Okay, let me look at my list, which I haven't looked at yet. We went to a trampoline park yesterday. You would have loved that. It was the worst. It was like, that's like my nightmare.
God.
The day after Christmas, it's just like the germiest kids in the world. Like, basically like licking their palms and touching everything. And your kids are jumping around and everyone's fighting. And
you can go to like a McDonald's fun park.
We should have gone. That would have been better.
No.
Kids are crashing into each other.
But that's directly connected to the food court. I mean,
they're all sugared up and overstimulated.
Well, and all that like ketchup and mustard and like,
I guess,
like overcooked onions and stuff.
I feel like germs can't live in those. That's like not conducive to germs because bacteria can't grow.
What?
You know, they put like a Happy Meal in someone's basement and left it for 20 years and then they opened it and it looked and smelled exactly the same. There was no mold on it.
Who did
that?
So
I feel like...
Wait, 20 years?
Yeah, somebody does with a Twinkie.
That's too long to wait for an experiment on a
hamburger. They just wanted to see. There's so many preservatives.
Whose basement was that? Who would allow that?
Some scientist or
I wouldn't, personally.
Just a kid. I don't know. But they did it with like Twinkies and all these things that have lots of preservatives.
Sounds pretty scientific to me.
And so if they don't grow any bacteria, they probably aren't like carrying germs either because
this is a huge over justification as to why it's why what. So you should go to the
I'm just
McDonald's.
Saying that McDonald's is not a carrier of germs. It's just pure chemical like residue. Also unhealthy, but it's not giving you like it's not giving you like other people's bacteria or whatever.
Okay, forgive me if I'm misunderstanding you, but you're saying there's
I don't think there's anything to understand.
There's so little biological material left in a hamburger that comes from McDonald's that it's not going to have a germ on it because it's all synthetic.
Pretty much.
It's a synthetic product. Yeah. It's a synthetic cow.
It's not a synthetic cow, but it's like the closest thing a cow could be to synthetic while still having a heartbeat, I believe. I mean, it doesn't have a heartbeat any longer because it's
I think it's
made
time
into
for a song.
patties.
I think it's a good time for us to break for a song.
Okay.
Before we lose our McDonald's sponsorship, which we don't have, but okay. So the next song is called "Ridge Runner" of Al McCallum.
This is like your book.
Knows a little something about everything. Keeps a finger in the ring of what might have been. There's a hole in the side of the hill. It's older than the October chill. she can't get higher. The rhythm of the wind sets her wings on fire. There's a mist pouring over the hill, makes everything go still. Like a blanket held in her hand, a quilt made from nothing. She's been raised running. She's been raised running. She's been raised running. She's been raised running.
Thanks, Val. That was a nice electric guitar flourish at the end. I love how people construct endings. Oops, I don't hear you. Where are you? Okay, hold on. I tell you why. Because I pressed the wrong button. Try now.
Now am I on?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, it's okay. I was just saying that student driver vehicle in the parking lot is going a little too fast.
It's all ice down there.
I know.
And some electric car chargers that
Yes,
were
we
just
noticed
installed.
that. And now nobody can park in those 4 spots, even though I don't know if anybody even has a fully electric car. Mine is a hybrid. You don't have to plug mine in ever. It just charges itself when it's like going downhill or
Oh,
something.
I see.
I don't really know how it works.
Yeah.
There's a thing on the dashboard you can switch if you want to watch like how the
Watch
power
television?
is working.
Can you watch TV in the car?
No, it's
Why
old
not?
because you can't. My
Why?
cars
Why
are
not?
like all my cars are like older than my children by
Yeah,
a
there's
lot. Some of my cars
Yeah.
are almost. Some of my cars I only have 2 cars.
and some are
The
some
Civic,
like.
I think.
What about the Subaru? That's like
Oh,
up,
the Subaru's
up
just
on
dead.
cement blocks.
I think that's like an 04 or an 05, and that has to. I think I'm actually going to try and buy another Subaru because I'm so ticked that I bought those brand new tires, and now
right,
I
so now
can't.
you're dead. You got to buy the car for the tires.
Yeah, well, I cannot
I hear
sell a dead car for
Oh,
as
yeah.
much as the brand new tires on it.
But I'm telling you,
are,
if we
so-
both sold our dead Subarus, maybe we could get something for them.
Maybe, but I got to take the tires off mine. And
There'll
put it on
be
a
like
new
2
Subaru.
alternators and like 4 sets of headlights, and those things still work.
Yeah,
I mean, the only thing that
it was a nice car. It just is dead.
Yeah, it's just dead. They just don't run.
But
and they-
I think that's an 04 or 05. What was yours? It was like kind of this.
07.
Oh, mine was a little older than yours. And then
Ugh, I ran it into the ground. I can
did
tell you
too.
that. Just
then
all those miles
this
on
Prius,
dirt roads.
I think it's an 04.
It's the dirt roads, I think, that kill
know.
it. Like the miles and miles of driving to work on dirt roads and just hitting potholes.
It's true.
And what do you call it? What do you call it?
Washboards.
Yeah, washboards.
Washboards
Those
are
are the
bad.
worst. Those I really hate those.
I was just thinking though, the Honda Civic, which I often drive, and not John's Prius. Like soon, I'll have to just drive the Civic again because John will be in Montpelier and he takes the Prius because it gets better gas mileage. But
Yeah.
the Honda Civic is from 1997.
Oh,
okay?
nice. That's
That's like
cool.
I'd only just been out of high school for a couple years. Wow. So that's old. Like I am pretty old.
You're still touching the past. Like physically, you can sit in the past.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that about you.
It had to have all this like sheet metal rivet around the doors just so I could
Yeah.
squeak through inspection one more time.
Right. And now,
God.
now Christmas is past, and some people are just totally relieved because some people really hate the holidays.
I love Christmas so
Yeah, but
much.
you have like picture perfect. You have absolutely picture perfect Christmas. A lot of
Well,
people don't.
I kind of did admittedly go a little overboard this year because
Yeah, like every
I
year.
thought about it though, and I always have an excuse why I go overboard. And this year I was like, but it's practically the last Christmas when my kids are going to be kid enough to like have that kind of magic. Like my older son
Right.
almost didn't really care what he got for presents for the first time, which is fine.
Less-
but it also it takes away that magic. Like I'm
Yeah.
excited for the day when my kids aren't mercenary little materialistic pieces of garbage.
It
but
just
I also am sad because it
turns into disdain for gift giving.
Right. There's something so exciting and magical about the way little kids like so greedily love Christmas.
But you appreciate when you see that your kids are voluntarily choosing to disdain the gift giving.
But I do love to give gifts, so I don't really want my kids to do that fully. But I know. I just recognized their ages as being like the last time it's going to feel like mom and little kid type of.
I understand.
Christmassy.
Cling to it. Cling to it.
I was clinging.
The more you cling to it, as I said last week, the farther you have to fall. As I was saying about attractive women.
It's okay. Ira will be a greedy little bugger for life. You'll still be able to create some fun, but I really do get concerned over the holidays about the people who are alone, and I know.
I've been alone. I think a couple years ago I was completely alone at Christmas because understandably my kids had to go to other places for Christmas because now they have spouses and so on. And I totally
evilly
get
made
it.
mine promise that when they grow up and I get married or whatever that I'm going to be like horrible. I was like, we will always be together on Christmas. So I was like, no matter what, let's just do that, okay? And they were like, yeah.
You trying to get them to make promises now.
I was trying to prepare them. I was like, no, you know
school.
what? Your wives or husbands are going to be like, no, we want to go to my family for Christmas. Right. I'm like, what are you going to do? I was half joking when I said this.
Right.
Of course. And they were like, no, Mom, we'll just tell them no. And I'm like, you don't even know yet.
And the next thing you did is you pricked their fingers and you said, promise me in blood. Let's mix our blood.
I was just waxing poetic and all kinds of...
you would go that far if you could.
I would not prick their fingers and make them promise in blood. I was just telling them how I'm going to be so sad someday when they don't come always on Christmas.
I've been sad on Christmas.
I know.
I've worked on Christmas.
I have
and then gone back to I was going to say the S word, apartment. My apartment had been just cooking cucumber sandwiches for Christmas dinner.
Which I've been there. Technically need to cook, but
well, you know what I mean. I mean, it's like I should be.
Yeah, before I had kids, when I worked at Killington, Christmas was a big day. You had to work Christmas. That was kind of like the deal because so many tourists and stuff were vacationing there over the holidays
and going skiing.
I had to teach on Christmas. Well, you had the choice. I think there was the 3 big holidays because Killington's open early and they stay open late. So you had to pick 2 out of the 4 biggies, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, and Easter. And I think you had to take 2 of them.
Well, speaking of Killington, I never finished that story about meeting my neighbor on Christmas at twilight on the road.
Yeah.
And finally, when we figured out what had happened, she said, well, why don't you just come over to my cabin and we'll have a bottle of wine?
Oh, cool.
So that's what we did.
But why did she think you were having a party? She just thought that was the day that you're having the party.
Yeah, she just got the date wrong.
Okay.
So we went to her house, and she used to be a ski instructor at Killington when she way back, like decades.
It was decades for me at this point.
Yeah, so she's 80. So you can imagine it was her first job in Vermont was teaching up at Killington.
Probably I didn't have her then.
Yeah, she had quite the life. I always like having a bottle of wine with her because I hear such incredible stories. And I said, you have to write a memoir. This is just too good.
That would be cool.
She's from East Berlin, or East Germany, before, when the Russians came in.
What's her first name?
Hannelore. Anyway, I'm sure she never listens to me. So anyway. She's great, though. It's good to have good neighbors and interesting neighbors.
It's just a really familiar sounding name. I know I didn't know her probably from there because I only worked there 20 years ago. But
well, yeah. She had a house up on the Gap, an A-frame.
Just that name sounds really familiar.
Yeah, a lot of A-frames up on the ski mountain.
Yes, there are.
Mm-hmm. It's such a useless kind of house, but people can expand on them.
It's not because it's all roof and you can insulate. I guess there's something really efficient about A-frame. Maybe it's the other way around. Maybe there's something really inefficient about A-frames. I don't know.
They must just be easy to put up.
Probably.
Because it's just
two expanses.
There's no walls. There's just a roof, basically. Right. So it's like a teepee.
It's
like a really
tricky, though.
Really
how do you make an upstairs in a very small little pinched, starting to be very pinched?
Yeah, you don't.
Well,
you don't have an upstairs and an A-frame.
I think my parents, when they were first married, looked at that little like A-frame village that's close to Killington to
you could shove yourself into a loft. I mean, a loft.
I think they didn't like it.
It would be like a little capsule that you stuff yourself into. You get in your sleeping bag and you slide back into this little triangular space.
I guess.
Yeah, I'm glad we don't have to live like that. I'd rather live in
your house and you're like 4 floors of freezingness.
Hey,
enormous.
Hey,
mine is freezing too.
Yeah, well, it's not. It's really warm by the wood stove.
Somebody looked at pictures of my kids opening presents on Christmas and they said, "What?" Because Eli is never cold. Like he always is wearing like either no shirt or a tank top or something, and it's freezing. It's freezing in our house, and everyone's like, "Wow, is it really hot in your house?"
You must be spending a lot on heat.
My kid's just weird. It's really cold in our house. I don't know why he doesn't put on clothes, but
yeah, who would want to admit that their house is warm? Would you want to admit that your house is warm?
I would love to brag that my house is warm. That would be like
my
amazing.
house used to be warm before I got divorced. It was really warm.
My house is warm.
I can think back to those days.
Not even in the summer. It's cold then too. It's pretty weird.
Yeah.
Like I come inside in a hot summer day and pull on a sweatshirt because that's so.
Well, that's nice.
Apparently, people think that's nice, but when it's summer, I just want to be hot. I like being hot.
I like being hot in the winter in my house.
I like being hot all year round. Like that.
I don't see why a divorce should mean that you don't have heat in your house anymore.
But
know that in some cases it does.
My divorce also meant I didn't have heat or cars or telephones money, or electricity anything, or any food or clothes or anything like that. So that was awesome.
Tough luck.
Yeah,
that's what you get. For being such a bad wife. You bad wife. I'm sure you feel really guilty about that.
Not anymore.
No. Okay.
All right.
Well, I told you most of what was important. I didn't tell you about tree cutting up in Vershire.
I saw your picture.
Yeah, we took sleds, plastic sleds up like a half a mile up Adriana's hill and cut some trees. And
awesome.
Then it was tricky coming down with the saws. You know, the saws were super sharp pruning saws. Mm-hmm. And how do you sled on crusty snow, which is going like really fast with...
You probably should put the saw underneath it. Did you have this tree in the sled, or you were sledding?
We took turns kind of carrying the tree.
All right, so whoever carried the tree should probably have the saw.
I don't know why we didn't think of that. Wilder just took them and stuck them in between his legs.
Guess he doesn't want children.
I was just like, wait a minute, I don't think that's good. I wouldn't do that if I were you, my son.
Good job on the momming there.
Yeah, no, it's why. Okay. But he's too old, you can't tell somebody who's 28
you can't say,
that...
Honey, if you put a saw between your legs while you slide, you could cut off
some things,
your thing.
Some stuff.
Yeah, he is too old probably to tell him that. You would think he would recognize that.
You would just think, wouldn't you?
As he's probably using it now more than he did as a child.
Okay,
I would
say.
let's
go to some music now.
Luckily, he doesn't listen to the show either. I don't want that.
Yeah, well,
I
like to give you a taste of what's to come.
Oh my God. Yeah. Just washed over me in a
That's
wave
right. You'll never feel safe,
disgust.
or you never feel your children are safe ever. Ugh. But it's okay. That's the challenge of being alive, is to grapple with those fears. So,
are you trying to tell me that our show's over? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yeah, I know. I keep looking back over my shoulder at the clock to verify the time.
We have 3 minutes. We have 3 minutes, dude.
Yeah. We have a track to go out on.
Okay.
And we just want to say happy 2019.
Is it going to be?
Kiss it goodbye because it's on the way out.
Is it going to be 2020 by the time we come back here?
I believe so.
Okay, cool.
Embrace the 2020s.
What are we going to call those?
The 2020s.
We're just uncharted waters everywhere. It's
Try it with
hard
different
to
inflections.
Name things.
It's 2020. Just say it. You haven't said it yet.
2020.
Okay, thank you.
There's going to be a lot of those hindsight 2020 vision kind of things, jokes going on. There's going to be.
Oh my gosh.
There will be.
And it's going to be too late. It's all going to come crashing down in 2020. But that's something to look forward to.
Maybe it'll be good.
Okay. On that happy note, we shall leave
you adieu.
Adieu. We'll leave you adieu. All right. Thank you so much for listening. We have had a great time with you.
New Year, everybody.
Okay. Take care.
Bye.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
seeking safe passage to your heart. Will winds blow me asunder and tear me apart? Searching for a way to land upon the shore. How will I find you when I don't know you anymore? You were running out my door, nearly half insane. I raced into the gray, followed you to Lake Champlain. Spinning through the midnight, my thoughts like empty miles. Darker than the water, I was thinking of your seeking smile. Safe passage to your heart. Will the ocean pull me under and tear me apart? Searching for a way to make your love my own. How will I find you when I don't know you anymore? Passing through the straits, praying to the fates. You let go of my heart, I hope it's not too late. I know there's blue sky somewhere on a distant shore. As I felt myself sinking, the rain began to pour. Headlong into chaos, a rolling, raging green. Black clouds off the bow, darker than my dreams. The sky is filled with thunder, I've fallen far below. As I sank into the water, I wanted you to know. Seeking safe passage to your heart. Will the ocean pull me under, tear me apart? I'm just searching for a way to land on your shore. How will I find you when I don't know you anymore?